Hi, Lyssa deHart here. I wanted to talk today about perfectionism. Maybe perfectionism isn't exactly the right word, but that desire to do whatever we're doing to do it right. And especially when we're in some sort of audience situation, how we can default to performance versus being present with what we're in the middle of doing. So this has been coming up for myself, but also for some of the people that I've been working with, where you have something that you're going to be doing in some sort of public way, whether it's a presentation. In my case, I've been doing some coaching demonstrations that are recorded, and showing up feeling really concerned or nervous that I'm going to do it right, or that I have enough information to do it well even. And noticing for myself that what happens when I'm in that perfectionist mindset, or the idea of there's a right way to do something mindset, I often then start holding myself accountable to this idea of what is right. And I'm not as fluid and creative in my ability to just show up and be present with whatever's showing up. And this is especially important when you're in a group of people and you're going to, you're going to be getting questions, and you need to be able to have that flexibility and creativity of, I understand my topic really well, I'm down with that, but how do I be present with the people who are showing up, and how do I roll with the questions that they've got, and how do I feel confident and comfortable just being myself at the front of the room? And I think that's really a big part of this, is how do you feel good enough to be yourself at the front of the room? I think that's a really important question. I had a recent demonstration of coaching that I did on more master coaching, and I was so nervous a few days before, and realizing that that was going to mess with my mojo totally in the presentation or in the conversation that I was going to have with a client who I'd never met doing this coaching demonstration. And so I really decided, what do I need to do? Kind of looking back on past experiences where I'd been able to really show up well, even in, whether it was in public or not, and what was different between how I was considering showing up in this new situation versus how I've done it well in the past. And a big part of it for me was remembering, I've got to show up as myself first. I have to be willing to be curious. And here's the deal. When we get stressed out or worried or anxious about something, the whole frontal lobes in our brain they shut down or slow down. And it can feel very much like you're a goldfish in a bowl going, bah, 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 and your brain is frozen. So I really started thinking about, like, what is it to show up as me? Like, I'm a big fan of humor. So I was telling myself, deep belly laughs. I was doing some laughter yoga before I did my presentation, or my call in this particular case. I was also really reminding myself to be myself. I had a little sticky note, be yourself. I had pulled up some other things that helped me to remember to be myself. The other thing that I did was I really kind of captured a bit of a cheat sheet of things to do when my brain freezes, so that I could go, oh yeah, notice that your brain is frozen, let it go, and then be curious again, so that I could be present with the situation that I found myself in. I'd be really curious to hear what tricks and tools you use when you're in a space where you're feeling anxious or worried, that helps you to really sort of slow down, get focused, and show up fully as yourself, so that your perfectionism or your desire to do it right doesn't kill your curiosity, creativity, and presence in the moment. So, food for thought. Cheers. Have a great week. Bye. And that was supposed to be a bye.